You're not a deep thinker. You're not creative. You're not processing complex emotions. You're running from reality like a coward. You've convinced yourself that all that mental wandering is productive. Your mind wandering isn't a personality trait. It's a mental barrier you've been too weak to break through. And the worst part, you've gotten so comfortable living in fantasy land that you've forgotten what real progress actually feels like. You're sabotaging your own progress every single day and calling it thinking, while you're having imaginary conversations in the shower, imagining epic comebacks you'll never say, fantasizing about abs you'll never have, dreaming about success you'll never achieve. Meanwhile, real life, you're still the same pathetic loser, scrolling through your phone, avoiding everything that actually matters. Your brain is only interested in what's new, shiny, and exciting. That's why you can binge watch Netflix for 8 hours straight, but can't focus on working or studying for 10 minutes. Your attention isn't broken. It's just being a little bitch and only going where it wants to go. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm giving you a 7-day plan that's gonna snap you out of this mental masturbation session permanently. Most of you won't even try because you're too comfortable being losers, but for the few who actually want to stop wasting their lives, listen the fuck up. Days 1 and 2. You're going to focus on facing your mental chaos. First thing you're going to do is track every single time your mind wanders off into la la land. Set a timer for 2 hours and write down every time you catch yourself daydreaming. I bet you'll be shocked at how much of your life you're pissing away inside your own head. Then do the control test. Try to focus on one boring task for 10 minutes without your mind drifting off. Can't do it? Of course you can't, because you've trained your brain to be a spoiled little kid that only pays attention to fun stuff. Here's where it gets interesting now. You can actually hack your brain's interest system. That boring assignment you keep avoiding, turn that shit into a story. Tell yourself that by crushing this task, you're becoming the person who gets results. Make it into a game where completing it unlocks the next level of your life. Your brain craves novelty and challenge, so fucking give it what it wants. But instead of fantasy bullshit, give it real challenges in the real world. Days 3 and 4. Now what you have to focus on is rewiring your focus system. Now this part is crucial. Every boring task you have to do, you're gonna inject some interest into it. Studying for that exam, create a storyline where each chapter makes you more intelligent and closer to your goals. Working out, you're not just lifting weights, you're building the physique of someone who takes control of their life. And here's the pattern interrupt. Every single time you catch your mind wandering into some fantasy, drop and do 10 push-ups immediately or something else. It could be anything, and it totally depends on you. Your brain will start associating daydreaming with physical discomfort, and trust me, it'll stop that shit real quick. Start doing micro-focus sessions too. 5 minutes of pure focus, then 2-minute break. Your attention span is probably trash right now, so we're rebuilding it from scratch, like training a muscle. So even though 90-minute sessions are best in my opinion, if your situation is really worse, then stick to these micro-focus sessions first. Days 5 and 6, reality immersion. This is where you have to get serious. You're gonna tackle real problems that demand your full attention. Start learning a skill that actually matters. Coding, a new language, an instrument, or maybe try to start your own online business. I shared a model in my previous video. Feel free to check it out. The link's in the description. But here's the catch. You can't half-ass it. When you're debugging code or trying to master a difficult concept, your brain can't wander off into fantasy land because you'll fail immediately. Take on real responsibilities where people depend on you. Tutor someone, mentor a younger person, help a family member with their business. When someone's counting on your knowledge and attention, you can't afford to be mentally checked out. Start solving actual problems in your life instead of creating imaginary ones in your head. That project you've been avoiding, that difficult conversation you need to have, that skill gap that's holding back your career, stop fantasizing about magically being better and start working on the real shit that needs fixing. Spend 45 minutes a day learning something challenging without any distractions. No music, no phone, no background noise. Just you wrestling with difficult concepts. Your brain will hate it at first because it's used to constant stimulation, but that's exactly why you need to do it. Day 7. Now it's time for locking in. By now you should be realizing something. When your attention is under your control, everything else becomes possible. You're not just passively consuming your own fantasies anymore. You're actively creating your reality. Set up weekly attention audits to catch yourself before you slip back into old patterns. Create environmental cues that snap you back to the present. Build systems that make your real life consistently engaging so your brain doesn't need to escape into fantasy. Your attention is either controlled by you or it's controlling you. There's no middle ground. Right now, you're being controlled by whatever random shit pops into your head, and that's why your life sucks. Most of you watching this will nod along, maybe even take some notes, then go right back to scrolling and living in your head. You'll keep fantasizing about the person you could become instead of actually becoming that person. But the few of you who actually execute this 7-day system, you'll finally understand what it feels like to be in control of your own mind. You can keep being a daydreaming daydreaming loser who accomplishes nothing but has great imaginary conversations with yourself. Or you can take control of your attention and start building something real. I know which one you'll probably choose, but I'm hoping I'm wrong. Prove me wrong. Take back control of your mind and stop wasting your life in Fantasyland. If your mind wanders this much during regular life, imagine how scattered your study sessions must be. You're probably sitting there for hours, but absorbing nothing because your brain is everywhere except on the material. That's exactly why I created the Meanest Study Guide. 161 pages of techniques that force wandering minds to actually lock onto information and retain it. It's available on Fourth Wall and Gumroad, links in the description. Also made a free PDF guide about building an online business which will generate recurring income even if you're broke. Covers everything briefly but effectively. Check that out too if you're interested. Thanks for watching this video, and special shout out to all the people who supported the Meanest Study Guide. If you are new to this channel, then do consider subscribing. See you in the next video.